from someone who is officially 30. I turned 30 at 4:47 yesterday. Oh my gosh. I don't feel like I'm 30. I don't look like I'm 30. And I certainly don't act like I'm 30. So, but I am officially 30. So, it feels the same. Like, seriously, it hasn't changed. Everything still feels the same as it did when I turned 18. Like, literally, that is my guideline for everything. It's like, turn 21, I still feel like I'm 18. Turn 25, I still feel like I'm 18. 30, I still feel like I'm 18. So, and I know to a certain degree, I still look like I'm 18. So, or in my early 20s. So, it drives me bonkers. But hey, I am officially 30. So, hooray for me. And, so, as you can tell, it is another pajama day because I have this thing where if we're having a snowstorm and I'm not going anywhere, I want to wear pajamas because that's just something I did when I was a little kid when we had snow days, which were very rare here. When we had snow days, it's like I didn't want to get out of my pajamas. I would get dressed later on, but I didn't want to get out of my pajamas. I'm kind of dressed. I usually wear this shirt when I get dressed, but I want to wear my fleecy pants. So I am wearing my patented snow day outfit that I have created at the age of 29. So the reason is that it's snowing again. So we have had a grand total of 4 winter snowstorms, snowmakers come through. By the end of this, I think we're going to have about 12, maybe 13 inches of snow. Today, our first one, we got about 5. Today we're supposed to get another 3, and we've had like 2 inches from the other 2, so we have been just getting hammered this week with snow after snow after snow after snow. So we have had snow, which made my one wish come true because every year I wish for snow on 2 days. I wish for snow on 3 days actually. I wish for snow for Christmas. And so Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I want snow. And then I always wish for snow on my birthday because I was born during a snowstorm. So I always wish for snow on those 3 days. Those are the only 3 days out of the year. Well, for the entire month of December, I want snow, and then I just want snow on my birthday, so I'm very happy. So my birthday was yesterday, so I'm like, okay, it can stop snowing now, especially since I'm supposed to be going up to Mackinac Island. And right now, I don't know when that's going to happen because when I was interviewed by Balsam Shops, they said maybe early April, not thinking because it started warming up. So nobody was thinking that this late in the season it would suddenly get really cold and snowy again, and now there's an ice bridge. So the ferries aren't running, so that means I don't know when I'm going up because she's not gonna have me go up until the ferries start running again. So so I don't know. I might go up for late April. I don't know yet. So, but yeah. So that was my best early birthday present. When I was hearing from her on Monday saying that yes, I was hired. But she had the glitch with her phone, and so I wasn't getting her email. So I'm hired, and she's going to call me or email me, get a hold of me sometime next week, and hammer out some of the details. I have a list of questions I ask. I have to ask her, like, what do I do for food? What is there food I should bring up? Because she said just bring sheets and clothes. So I'm like, okay, so my mom wants to ask about food. I'm also going to ask about laundry facilities because you kind of have to have laundry, and most places I read about the businesses up there, they're really good for providing laundry facilities for their employees because there's one laundromat on the island. It is super expensive and it only has like 4 washers and 4 dryers. So it is super expensive and always busy. So they always try to provide some place for their employees to do the laundry. So hopefully there's a washer and dryer. And they don't always include that. So it'd be nice to know. So I'm hearing back from her next week. The funny thing is I talked about this housekeeping job I was looking at, and then I got this, so I went and I told the condos, thank you, but I'm not sure if I told you guys this, but I said thank you, but I'm not interested. And then they said, okay, we expect you. And then like half an hour later, they emailed me, but this very lucrative. I say, oh, we are training, you get $11 an hour for training. You live on property, and we give you a bike to use. And I'm like, that's awesome, but I want my own bike, so that's still an option. I haven't emailed them back, but I've kept it just in case. But I really don't want to live that far out from Main Street. It's weird. I kind of liked it. Like, I got more excited, even though I left right after the busy season started. I liked it when the island got busy, so. But it was nice. The only problem is I'm in pain. You're like, why are you in pain? Because when I get nervous, I start being gross and peeling skin off. So I have peeled the skin off the bottom of my foot to the point where my foot is like raw and cracked and bleeding. So I'm in pain and I need to stop doing that, and I don't know why I'm doing it because everything's worked out. The only issue is the loan people, I contacted them and they said they won't let me renew my payment early. And the earliest I can renew it is May. And then I have until August for it to go through. So I have between May and July to get it, renew it, and then we'll go in August when it'll be officially renewed. So I am like totally freaking out because I don't know how this is going to work. I really don't. But my mom says we'll figure it out. So hopefully we can figure it out. If worst comes to worst, I will probably call them and ask them, can you give me a little bit more time on this because of the fact that I am at a place where it's making it really difficult for me to do this. If it goes all through electronically, that would be awesome all over the internet. That would be perfect. But I've had issues where it hasn't done that before. Last year when I paid my taxes for the first time, it wasn't working, so I had to do it by paperwork, and it made me really upset. So hopefully this year that glitch is all worked out, and I can do it by the internet. So, but yesterday was my birthday, and it was I thought it was going to be a pretty boring day. My mom is back. My mom went to work. She had to work from 11 to 8 yesterday. Luckily, her van was fixed on Wednesday. It turns out it was her battery, not her starter. So she went to a garage that's run by her friends. And my dad took her, so they were able to get the van fixed. And not only did they fix the engine, they also put new wiper blades on the back wipers. And they inflated my mom's tires. And my mom made a friend with a dog named Roscoe. And he's so cute. My dad took a picture, so that's on Facebook. So they got the van fixed. We went to the library. We got books and stuff. It was nice. And then we went to the Walmart and we ordered my cookie cake. I said this before. I am not a big fan of like cupcakes or cake. I think it's because of all the frosting. I like frosting. I don't like a lot of frosting. Like my brother's cookie cake was covered in frosting. It was a guitar. White background with a guitar, and it said Happy Birthday Aaron. It was covered in frosting, and so I would go get a piece of it, and I was scraping off most of the frosting. I like frosting, but I don't like it that much. I like the frosting they put on donuts. That's the perfect amount of frosting. So I was literally scraping frosting off of this because I don't like frosting. So after my 24th birthday, okay, so this is the story with the cakes. My mom takes whatever I say literally. For, I think it was my 24th birthday, I was still a huge Twilight fan, and I was a Twihard, I admit it, and I look back on that with shame. I was a Twilight fan, and for my 24th birthday, I don't know what came over me. I meant it as a joke. My favorite colors are pink, purple, blue, green, and yellow. And so I meant this as a joke. I told my mom, she asked me what kind of cake I wanted for my birthday, and I said, I want a Twilight Breaking Dawn cake with pink and purple icing. I don't know why I said that, but I did. And so we go back, and my mom gets my birthday cake, and it is a pink birthday cake with purple trim, and on top of it is Twilight Breaking Dawn, Part 1, with Happy Birthday, Katie. That was my 24th birthday cake. One of my friends freaked out. I can't believe my mom did that, but my mom takes what I say literally, so she literally thought I really wanted that cake. That's kind of why I don't like cake, but it was a good cake. It was nice. I want to say a couple years later, I think the following year, the year after, when I got a cookie cake, my mom had one of her friends who works at the Walmart bakery actually put the Mackinac Bridge, did a cookie cake for me. That was the Mackinac Bridge because I love the UP and I love the bridge. So she did a Mackinac Bridge birthday cake for me on a cookie, and it was amazing. So this year, nothing special. My mom, because we weren't planning on this, so my mom didn't have a lot of time to order it. So we went to get my cookie cake, and my mom was like, what do you want on your cake? I'm like, Star Wars? My mom's like, why does it not surprise me? So we went and we looked at the edible images, and Star Wars Rebels is coming back for the final half of the season on the 19th, and I found they had an edible image from Star Wars Rebels Season 1, which is the Inquisitor, but it has all the characters, and I went, I want that! Because it's my birthday, and Rebels is ending, and my Rebels is coming out in like 2 weeks, so I thought I'd get a Rebels cake. So my birthday cake, my cookie cake this year is going to have Star Wars Rebels from Season 1, the very first season, which I think is fitting. And then around the edge, it's going to have pink and purple icing. Only I would have that. So I'm getting that tonight, and I'll take a picture and I'll post it. I'll probably post it on Instagram. I should really link my Instagram account here. So, but yesterday was my actual birthday. My mom went into work at 11. I slept in. I decided it's my birthday. Since it was my birthday, I was going to do whatever I wanted to do. I decided I didn't want to do any chores. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to, I had to wash my hair, of course, so I was going to do that. But then I was just going to lounge around, play Old Republic for most of the day, and then the Olympics were on at 8 o'clock, so I was going to watch that. So I just said I was going to lounge around, eat what I wanted to, totally just do whatever I wanted to. I get up, skip breakfast, because, well, I had breakfast, and then I'm like, I'm just going to lounge around. I had a donut and cereal, because I ate my last Krispy Kreme, and I was just going to lounge around. My dad texts me and says, hey, I'm going to be taking you guys out to Nuns, and he means B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm like, okay. So I get dressed. I said, it's my birthday. I'm going to wear what I want to wear. So I quickly grab my white tights because it's cold. And it actually looks really cool. So I put on my white tights. I put on my crinoline. I put on my lightsaber shirt. I put on my lightsaber skirt. I grab my 40th anniversary jacket. I grab my gloves. I take R2 and BB-8. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. So I decided my birthday, I'm going to wear my favorite outfit. I'm going to wear my lightsaber outfit. So that's what I did. And we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. And it was awesome. My dad had to go into work. I'm like, Dad, can we run to Target? Because just like a couple of weeks ago, I was hunting desperately for the Last Jedi soundtrack and could not find it. I have been hunting desperately for the Greatest Showman soundtrack and could not find it. I have come to the conclusion that I cannot go to Walmart anymore for my CDs or some of my DVDs or Blu-rays because they just don't have them in. And so, Last Jedi, when I got on Barnes & Noble, and I'm kicking myself because I could have just gone to Target and gotten it for cheaper. Because at Target, it was $13.88. At Barnes & Noble, it was almost $16. Like $16, $17 for the Last Jedi soundtrack. And it's about the same price for the CD I got for the Greatest Showman. So my dad took us to Target and I got my Greatest Showman soundtrack. So this is what I bought myself for my birthday. And it ended up being $14, $14.83, which isn't bad. I'm kind of upset that they didn't have it in at Walmart because it would have only been about $13 there. But I just have to come to the conclusion that I will have to start going to Target for like some of my Blu-rays and most of my CDs because they just don't have what I'm looking for at Walmart anymore. And the sad thing is I went and I got the Last Jedi soundtrack from Barnes & Noble, and what I didn't know is that everybody at the store was keeping an eye out to see if they got the Last Jedi soundtrack in. So, for me. So, I'm just going to have to go to Target, which isn't that bad. Target isn't too badly priced with their entertainment stuff, their DVDs and stuff. They're not that much more expensive than Walmart. So, for that stuff, I can just go to Target, and for everything else, I can go to Walmart. But yeah, so I got the Greatest Showman soundtrack. I come home. I said, I need to take a 30th birthday picture. So I pose prettily, and I will post that picture here. It was cute. So I took that picture, and I posted it on Instagram, and I captioned it with, for my 30th birthday, I opted to wear my favorite #Star Wars outfit by @HerUniverse. And so I posted that to Instagram, and my Instagram is linked to my Twitter, which is linked to my Facebook. So whatever I post on Instagram goes to Twitter, and whatever ends up on Twitter goes to Facebook. So I go to Instagram and I post to all my social media. And so I did that, and I went and I took my shower, and I came back. I'm like, I'm just going to relax. And then I look at my phone, and I don't have Twitter on my phone anymore because I don't really use it. So I don't have Twitter on my phone, but I still get text alerts. And so I get, and there's a text alert. I'm like, oh, that's uncommon. Usually I don't really get Twitter unless I'm watching something and I'm using a hashtag, and I'm hashtagging like crazy. So I look at it, and I'm like, oh, cute. And then I'm like seeing, and I realize, oh my gosh, it's from the HerUniverse from HerUniverse, which is Ashley Eckstein's Twitter handle. It's usually HerUniverse, and it's her Twitter account. And so I love Ashley Eckstein. I love HerUniverse. Like I keep saying, she's one of my favorite actors. They're one of my favorite clothing brands. And I read it, and I'm like, she liked my tweet. She liked my tweet. And then I scroll further, and it's replied to it. Happy birthday. I'm like, oh, Ahsoka Tano just wished me happy birthday. So I freaked out. I could not believe it. I got a happy birthday from Ashley Eckstein, which is so cool. It's second only to this. So I was beyond thrilled. I could not believe it. That made my birthday go through the roof. Awesome. And then I spent the rest of the day playing Old Republic. And then I had some dinner, and my brother didn't finish all his teriyaki chicken, so I had his leftover teriyaki chicken. It was good. I also discovered something. I have tried the new ice. My new flavor of ice is cherry limeade, and I tried it yesterday, and I opened it up and I smelled it, and I'm like, wait a minute, this smells like Faygo Red Pop. Okay, time out. For those of you who don't know, Faygo is actually a brand of pop. Okay, soda. For the rest of you who don't use the proper word, Faygo is actually a brand of pop that is hugely popular here in Michigan. It's actually from Michigan. I don't know why it's so popular here, but Faygo is immensely popular. I grew up drinking Faygo before I drank Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, any of that stuff. I was drinking Faygo. And like the #1 favorite flavor of Faygo for kids and the bane of most parents is red pop. And it's just this red pop, like literally it's actually red. I think it's supposed to be like a cherry something mix, but I remember drinking that. It was my favorite flavor as a kid, and it was the bane of my parents' existence. They tried everything they could to keep us from having red pop, but it was always at my grandparents' house. So that is what Faygo is. I grew up drinking Faygo. I don't drink it so much now, and I actually kind of miss it because it's actually really good. So I might go back to drinking Faygo. So I smelled it and went, this smells like Faygo Red Pop. And I went to drink it. It tastes like Faygo Red Pop. So it's supposed to be cherry limeade. So I'm sitting there drinking. I'm like, this is so awesome. It tastes like this water, like some of it literally tastes like pop. Like the orange mango tastes like a Fanta, which is why I love it, because it's pop without being pop. So I'm drinking this and I'm happy because it's taking me back to my childhood when I just guzzled bottles of Faygo Red Pop till I was sick, which is why my parents didn't like it. So I was in love with Faygo Red Pop, and this is just like so awesome because it tastes like Faygo Red Pop. So it made me so happy because I actually did realize how much I missed drinking Faygo until I had that, and it was so good. It was so yummy. So I was so happy. So I need to get back to drinking Faygo. In Michigan, like in some states, there are some things you do, like here in Michigan, I talked about this before. When your kid is sick, you don't give your kid Sprite or Gatorade. You give them Vernors or Canada Dry Ginger Ale. That's just a thing. And I grew up doing that. Like literally, it's not a myth. It literally is real. When I was a kid, when I was younger, the only hot dogs like my grandmother would serve or serve us, or most of my relatives would use, is a brand called Kogels, which for many, many years you could only get Kogels here in Michigan. Now you can get them in like Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio. But for many, many years you could only get Kogels here in Michigan. That was one of the reasons my grandma Sharon would come back, is she would stockpile Kogels because they didn't have Kogels in Kentucky. And Faygo is one of those things that you can only get here in Michigan. Vernors, I think you can get everywhere in the States, but it's such a Michigan thing. So there's a lot of stuff. Like this is the reasons I'd never want to move out of Michigan, because I won't get like my Faygo, I won't get my Vernors. It'll just be really weird. So I love being a Michigander. I say Michigander, some people say Michiganer, but I like Michigander better, you know. Own it! We are Michiganders, so. As on top for today, I'm gonna watch. Okay, last night was the first part of the team figure skating event, and my mom's like, "Why are they already having events?" I'm like, "I don't know." But last night was the first event for figure skating, which is my favorite Olympic sport. If my parents had been able to, they probably would have put me in figure skating because I'm obsessed with it, and I always have been. And they don't know why I am, but I am. So, and I used to watch every single skating special that was on TV. So last night was team figure skating. I was heartbroken when Nathan Chan came out and pretty much bombed his routine. But then again, he's only 18. This is his first ever Olympics. And even I know, someone who's ever competed, is when you reach that level, you have to be beyond nervous, because it's not a national, it's not regional, it's not even the world championships. It is the Olympics. This is the best of the best. And you are suddenly before all these people who have probably done this before, and you are terrified. So I feel for him. But I was watching, oddly enough, my favorite skaters aren't the ones from the US. Usually my favorite skaters are the ones from Japan, China, and South Korea. And that still holds true. Oh my gosh, the male figure skater from Japan, he killed his routine. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. And I'm so upset that the pairs from the U.S. did not stay in first place, because I think they did so much better. You know, it was amazing. I'm just glad that. I have a problem with the Israeli team, but that's how they get their team, so I have a problem with that. But it was so cool and so amazing. And then I was watching the pairs, And the Japanese pair comes out, and I'm like, oh, I like their costumes. It's purple. And for those of you who don't know, they changed the rules. It used to be in figure skating, when you were doing a competition piece, you could not use music that had lyrics. If there were lyrics, it had to be like a chorus or something like the ah, the oh, something like that, and that was pushing it. So you used not to be able to have songs that had lyrics, and the only place that was allowed was ice dancing. In pairs, men's and ladies, you couldn't have lyrics to your music, which made it hard. At the end of the last Olympics, they put in a new rule into place, which is you can now have lyrics to your music, which means you can now use popular songs. You can use songs from shows, from musicals, from movies to skate to. So that was really weird for me because I am so used to watching it and there not being any words. All of a sudden, the one of the pairs, France, came on and they did a routine to Ed Sheeran, and I'm like, wow. The German male skater did a song by Paul Anka, and I was like, so it's awesome. It's really cool now. But the Japanese pair came out. I love their costumes. It was purple. Hello. And so they put the music selections at the bottom, and I see selections from Yuri on Ice. I'm like, oh, that is so perfect. For those of you who don't know, Johnny Rare explained it, but I already knew it. Yuri on Ice is this hugely popular anime in Japan. It came out, like I wanted to say, last year or a couple of years ago, but it's still popular. Still relatively new. Actually, I think it just started like last year. And it's about this Japanese figure skater who he had such high hopes. He wanted to be just like his idol, a Russian figure skater named Victor. He crashes and burns at a Grand Prix and just decides he doesn't really feel like he loves figure skating anymore, and he gains weight easily, so he's a little chubby. He's like me. So he returns home, and he's not sure what he wants to do, and he goes to his old ice skating rink for his friend. He does a perfect imitation of Victor, who is the top figure skater in the world, of Victor's routine. Some kids film it, they put it online, it goes viral, and Victor comes to Japan to train Yuri. And it's very much a yoi. It's a boy love. And I had never seen it, but I had heard of it, and everybody I was talking to said it was a really good anime. They loved it. It was awesome. And I was like, and I couldn't believe, and I'm like, it was so fitting for the pairs to use Yuri's music because Yuri is a figure skater. So last night I'm like, you know what? Everybody says the show is amazing. I'm kind of curious about it. So I went online, I looked up Yuri on Ice, I found it, I watched the first episode. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's a good thing or not that I'm hooked on it now, but it's really good. The first episode, I'm not sure I should let, my mom will probably find out if she watches this, but, it's not a kid's, no, this is not for kids. It is not a kid's anime. No, not at all. Not when in the first episode there's a naked man. You don't see anything, but he's naked, and I'm like watching this going, oh, dear Lord. And I started watching the second part, and I quickly ended it because I'm like, oh, wow, that's getting a little hot. So, I like it. It's good. I'm definitely going to keep watching it. I'll probably be bright red every time I watch it, though. So, I'm going to keep watching it. I think it looks cute. So, and it's a figure skating. So, I was kind of let down because there was Shoujo Beat did a manga about figure skating called Ice Princess Skating to Win, which I thought it had a really good premise. It looked really promising, and then it just ended abruptly. So the artist, the writer, just ended it really abruptly. So it just left me hanging, just left me unfulfilled. So finding Yuri on Ice, I think that will be awesome because I am such a huge figure skating fan, and figure skating is such a big thing in Asia. There's actually a town in China that is literally considered the figure skater capital of the world, figure skater capital of China. I think it's Harbin, China, where they do these ice sculptures, because so many of China's great figure skaters have come from that area, or they go there to train. So it's like insane. They get their start there, and then they come here to Michigan. Like, I am not joking. When you think about places in Michigan to train for figure skating, it is like Colorado and Michigan. Like Apollo Ono, he actually trained up at my college in Marquette, where I went for a semester. Northern Michigan University actually has an Olympic regulation rink because they have figure skaters and ice racer and speed skaters that come up there and train, or they train in Detroit. So it's like, sweet. So I need to get going. This is a lot longer than I thought. I'll probably go watch more Yuri on Ice. Don't judge me. So I'm going to get going tomorrow. My plan is, since I know for sure now that I'm going up to Mackinac Island, I can't pick out all my clothes because I do have to ask about work uniform, but tomorrow I thought you guys could help me in my video. I'm going to take out all my Star Wars shirts, and I want you guys to help me pick which Star Wars shirts. I already have 2 I know for sure I'm taking out, but I want to take maybe 2 or 3 more, so I want you guys to help me pick which Star Wars shirts to come up with me to Mackinac Island, so I can spread the love. So I'm going to get going, you guys. Stay safe, stay sane, and I will talk to you later. Oh, at the end of this, I might post a picture of my cake. So, yeah, I will probably post a picture of my cake. There's no might about it. So, stay safe, stay sane. I will talk to you guys later, and I'm sending you all lots of love, hugs, and prayers. Bye-bye.